These steers are unregistered and illegal. They have no legitimate markings. Some have yellow tags indicating only that they've been sold. They're from the Amazon rainforest. From farms that have no legitimacy, the land has been stolen. But these cattle will eventually enter the world's food supply chain, rebadged as legal. It's a conspiracy worth millions, beef washing, with the Amazon at its heart. The vital link between climate change and cattle is simple. 80% of the forest being cut down here is carried out by ranchers. The Amazon is being destroyed so that you can eat beef. This is what it looks like when the farmers move in. The trees simply disappear, never to return. This is Pará State in the Amazon, and it looks like this everywhere you go. Brazil is the world's #1 exporter of beef, much of it at the expense of the forest that keeps the planet breathing. A recent audit of the world's biggest meat-packing company found it had bought over 300,000 cows from Pará State that had irregularities, basically beef washed into the regular market from rainforest farms. The animals are transported hundreds of miles by truck. You see them everywhere you go. There are 210 steer in these 2 lorries. They've been travelling for 7 days with no food or water. They've been parked here for hours. The metal of the truck is so hot you can't touch it. Farmers tell us that the steers can lose up to 35 kilograms each just from the travel. This unregulated and illegal business is rarely seen. Sky News given unparalleled access into this murky world of beef production by unrepentant farmers who believe it is their right.
A proporção de alimentos, de produção de alimentos no mundo, ela não tem acompanhado esse aumento de população. Então, seja necessário a gente produzir alimentos na Amazônia. O que os pecuaristas da região produzem aqui é alimento, é proteína, para saciar a fome do planeta.
Exhausted from days in a truck, for a few hours these steers are rested before the next part of their journey, a river transporter barge on a tributary of the Amazon. They're driven towards the metal loading ramp of the barge. Slipping and sliding and trampling on each other. With no regulation, no controls, and certainly no vets, their well-being appears to be utterly ignored. One of the steers doesn't make it up the ramp and gets stuck. So began over an hour of brutal efforts to get him to move. The ranchers start by kicking him in his face, trying to rile him to stand. Clearly in terrible distress, the men then force his head underwater. I hope the steer, fearing he is drowning, will be spurred on. The animal must be terrified. He struggles forward and collapses. Legs splayed apart. He's badly injured now, and he still isn't on board. Anyone who's seen animals being treated, particularly when they're being taken away to slaughter, know that it's pretty gruesome, but this is very nasty incident, and that animal is absolutely exhausted. The point is, it's all part of unregulated trade. Nobody knows where that beef is going to end up. It could be in Britain, it could be in Europe, it could be in Argentina, it could be in Brazil, and that's the real issue here. Nobody's across what's happening, and of course, the treatment, any of the sort of usual strictures don't really exist. And finally, they resort to a block and tackle. Ropes are tied around the horns, and he is slowly hauled into the barge. This beef will eventually be certified and exported, and none of us will ever know it came from the rainforest, produced to satisfy demand. Stuart Ramsey, Sky News, in the Amazon.